Here, grab yourself a red squig and strap on in because we're doing a hobby hangout time. What is happening, everybody? Welcome to live stream number 2 in a week. Yeah, so I had an opportunity to do one kind of with no warning on Wednesday, and I had only intended to do like 30 minutes or so. We ended up with an hour and a half, just hanging out, hobby, and working on some knobs. That was a lot of fun. I had a bunch of people ask, "Hey, when are you gonna do it again?" And also, can you let us know? So I'm trying with a little bit more warning this time, and here we are. J Hugh just downloaded Speed Freaks. Dude, what do you think about it? Have you played it yet? Has anybody played it yet? So they had an alpha release for it last year, and I managed to get on the list and get accepted and played a bunch of it on the alpha. And it was good. It was really good. It obviously, alpha release, it needed some polishing, but like the thing that struck me was just how good all the world detail is. It's like these huge like contraptions and terrain, and so much of it like you're like, wait a minute, I recognize like that's from a kit. And all the buggies were just spot on perfect. And of course, being such an old Big Mek, the fact that you can drive a looted Land Raider is just the business. So yeah, now the beta's out, and in the beta they've got this new thing where there's two Stampas that are racing. And what you do is all of you guys drive around in your speed buggies, and you try to blow each other up, and you try to like slow down the other Stampa. But also there's bombs, and if you pick up the bombs, you can run it at the opposing Stampa and blow it up, and make it slow down a little bit. So it's been crazy good fun. I played it for about an hour or so the first day, and then I taught one of my grots how to play it. He played it for an hour, and yeah, so I'm very much looking forward to playing it some more. Um, if I had a better rig setup, I'm still waiting to get enough teeth to get a specialized camera for the actual PC, to do the picture in picture, and then we could like play the game on the live stream, and like talk at the same time and all that stuff. That's definitely something I want to do in the future. JQ still waiting to install. Yeah, it's a big game, but it's worth it. Yeah, it's really cool. So I've got I have got quite the library of orc games. So Speed Freaks on the beta, obviously, but then Shooters Blood and Teeth, I have the full game and I've beaten it. And then my Grots asked for it and got it for Christmas, or no, one of them for his birthday, on the Switch, and the Grots have played it until they've beaten it on that too. So we've beaten that game twice in this house. I've also got DACA Squadron Flyboys Edition, which is really fun. Dawn of War Bolt Gun, and then a whole bunch of the really old ones. Battlefleet Gothic 2. Let's see, you got the original Underworlds, Vermintide, Warhammer Quest 2. They had, so when they do these skulls things, they often have a like a big sale. But then there was that White Dwarf like a year and a half, 2 years ago, where when you bought the White Dwarf, it had a bunch of free downloads on it, and I totally bought that because that was totally worth it, because a bunch of free games. And even though I didn't play a lot of them, I did play some of them. Speed Freaks is playing. Hold on. Oh, I feel like we should watch this. It's that good. Hold on. Let me get you all set up here. See what I mean on the world building in the background there? And then the Stampas are racing. The shock jump Draxta actually jumps, and then you saw there's a rocket that the looted Lehman Russ can launch that's got a grot or an orc riding it all the way to the explosion point. And then they've got the Forge Rolled Lift to Drop arm on the Stompa. Yo. Right? Right? How cool is that? How stinking cool is that? Yeah, so that one's really, really rad. They're so in the beta right now, they're wanting lots of feedback. So they want you to play it, they want you to give them some feedback and stuff like that. They've got like their Discord going and all that. So definitely check that out if you want to play after stream. Just finished my Pain Boy. Oh, sweet. Yeah, Jay Hugh. Want to see that Pain Boy, man. That'll be great. Yeah, let's we should get our hobby on, right? That's what we're here for. Video games is for later on. When we break out the alcoholic red squig. All right. Get all flipped around here. And let me show you how we did. Get our mount set. I still don't have the big mount set up on the cabinet yet. That's on the docket for this weekend to do. So still working on it, but for now we're getting by. So knobs, when I left off, I hadn't quite finished. Was it this one? But he is finished now. I ended up taking off the little cross haft thing because that made it look a little too bee-snaggy. But otherwise, I really like that one on him. And then this guy as well. This is the one from the monopose knob. Here. I wanted it to look different, so it's at a different angle, and then I cut off the little lever thingy on the bottom and rounded it all. Might do a couple other things to him to make him a little different as well. Ended up oh, this was the one I was putting together. Yeah, so ended up going with that head. Put all my spiky bits on top. So yeah, he turned out pretty cool. So yeah, so now I've got the 10 knobs with big choppas and 10 knobs with power claws. So once the weather gets a little better, I'll prime the ones that aren't primed, and we'll go from there. So yeah, what do you boys want to work on tonight? I got Uthak Blackhawk that we still haven't done yet. Use third-party boots or just JD. So Jehu, 99% of my stuff is GW, mostly because I just have a giant honkin' collection of it. I do like third-party bits. A lot of the orc bits I don't, though. They tend to be sized really weird. They're like way too big, and they don't like the way they look doesn't quite fit the aesthetic. So I do more like go to other GW games and get, heads and arms and things like that from, Age of Sigmar and Old World and Blood Bowl. Oh man, Blood Bowl is excellent for some orc bodies and things like that. In fact, Blood Bowl is excellent for everything. This Lord Commander for my Imperial Guard, that is a Blood Bowl guy. And then the sword, the plasma pistol, and the packs all come from the Imperial Guard sprues. But yeah, he's a Blood Bowl dude. So yeah, I'm all about going to the other game systems and finding things. I really like the Underworlds boxes. A lot of those have been good for Orky bits. But yeah, so I had ordered a bunch of third-party bits for my Imperial Guard to try to turn these guys into more Valhallan looking ones, and they just didn't look right. They look really dumb. I wasn't happy with them. Ended up not using them. So yeah, I kind of struggle a bit with the third-party stuff because I haven't found anything that like doesn't scream, I'm from somewhere else. Yeah, I found it in eBay lots, right? Yeah, I mean, every once in a while you'll find something cool, but it really seems to be the exception, not the norm. And I mean, that's this is one of the things that I think people that go like, oh, 3D printer go burr, like don't quite get. Games Workshop is a model company. That's what they do. And their models are some of the best on the planet. We're talking like overall, like with, Gundam and scale models and things like that. GW stuff is like up there. When you go to the huge like IPMS shows, the ones that they've got 2,000 models on hand for this show, and you go to like the figure categories and the dioramas and stuff like that, it's 95% GW, and none of them play Warhammer. They don't even know that it's a game. They don't care. Like all of the stuff is done with GW models just because the models are so good. And like that's why I'm into it. I'm into it for the modeling. I like converting. I like cutting. I like building. I like gluing things together. I don't want to just hit print and then have a one piece thing pop out that's a monopose and then have to paint it. Like it just doesn't float it for me. I mean, I own a 3D printer. I know how to do it. I like the hobby as its own thing, but it's not the same. And yeah, a lot of the bits, man, they're just not as good. Blissful Badger gluing up some beakies for Horus Heresy. Orcs waiting for some bits before more bashing. Sweet. Yeah, dude, so I had a 30K slash Horus Heresy army that I had started that was all beakies that were Blood Angels. And that's actually the army that I sold on eBay to pay for my Beast Snag boys. And no, this is going to sound really dumb. The reason why I got rid of it or like chose to abandon that project was what I really like about Blood Angels is that you have Blood Angels and Death Company, but they're not as dorky as like Dark Angels with their Deathwing and Ravenwing. And I was like, oh, this will be great. Like I'll have all these bright red guys, and then I'll have these black ones that are really bad. And then it was like, oh, Death Company didn't come about till after the heresy. And so I couldn't put any Death Company in the army, and it just I like took all the wind out of my sails. I didn't like it anymore, so that's why I chose to sell it. But I do like uh, I I do like the heresy stuff. I really want all the new Mechanicum, like those tanks with all the extra ridges on them are so cool. Yeah, so I got enough games though. Jehu Griff Overworld. Yeah, I think it's Griff. I think he is. I think that is Griff. I'm not entirely certain to be honest with you. Because I got him by himself, like in a lot of a bunch of other random GW figures. He might just be from the regular Imperial, the Nobles team. But he might be Griff. I'm not sure. But I mean, I saw this guy and I was like, dude, that's my like Lord Solar. That's my commander. And then of course, then they made the Lord Solar some ding dong horse with a guy on him. But yeah, I still have him. Oh, got the Solar. Oh, dude, the Stabmaster. I am so jelly, man. That box looks wild. Even like not for heresy, like if my guard army wasn't what it already is, like I'm already maxed out on troops, I would have totally bought that box and like made a, you know, Mechanicum and a Solar Auxiliary, like just made it all into 40K, like some feudal world or something. They're so cool looking. That is a fantastic box. Oh man, that is cool. All right. Working on. What are we gonna work on? Got to work on something, right? Let's see. What can I dig up here? Anything in particular you boys want to see? Ugh. Let's see. We've got our drawing to finish. We haven't quite finished that yet. We could work on that some more. We did that on the live stream. I got some squiggies. I got Oofthak. I gotta make a bunch of boss pulls for these guys. That's probably what I should be doing, but you know, I'm an orc. I never do what I should be doing. Yeah. And we got this big old guy. Do you guys remember this? Was anybody at the channel long enough to remember this? This started off as the original old Big Mek, and I would talk to him for the intros. And yeah, I got the artist proof one. This is the McFarlane Big Mek miniature with the intention of painting him, and then I never actually got around to painting him. So I do need to actually paint him one of these days. That'd be a lot of fun. I have his backpack around here somewhere too, except for that doesn't fit where the snot and it kind of falls out all the time because it's got the custom force field thing on it. But these figures are actually a lot of fun. Two of my grots, the boys, they're younger and they really like the action figures and they're affordable, man. You can find them on sale for like $15 on Amazon and whatnot, and sometimes they'll even go on sale for like 10. And so they got a bunch of them, and they're sturdy, so they play with them. And one of them's got the Mega Knob with the twin kill saws, which is really cool. They got a couple of the Space Marines, Sister of Battle, a Gene Stealer. Yeah, but yeah, they got quite a few of them for not much. So these are fun to play with. Yo, 3 of them already painted. Dude, it's wild that you could buy 3 McFarlane Mega Knobs for the price of 1 real Mega Knob. That's just wrong. And everybody always asks about making it into a Stompa or something. He's as tall as a Stompa, but he's not anywhere near fat enough. In fact, he's not even fat enough to be a Gorkanaut. So I would just use them as an action figure. They're just fun. it's here. I'll show you. Here we go. So here is Gorkamorkanaut, and there you go, side by side. That is quite a bit of difference. In fact, let me grab the this thing doesn't float in the air. Hold on. There we go. Had to grab the measuring device so you could see. So the top deck there only goes up to the chest plate, and even if you put all the gubbins on top, it only goes to there. And then remember, he's got a backpack that gets him even higher. And then width-wise, let's see. How do we do this? He's like right at 4 inches wide. He's 5 there. Probably 5.5 at the shoulders versus 4.5. So yeah, so a little off on scale to turn it into a Gorkanite. Let's put him next to the Stompa, right? Hold on, let me grab Stompy. Urgh. Yeah, see, and here's the problem you run into. He's halfway between the size of a Gorkanaut and a Stompa. So, let's see, the Stompa's like 10 inches high and then some. This guy's not even 8. And then same thing with the width. You're looking at like 6.5 on him versus, 5.5 on him. So, I mean, you could bulk him out some and probably make him into a Stompa. Like, I think he's a lot closer to a Stompa than a Gorkanite. Yeah, the Sister Battle one is nice. Her feet are really articulate. You can do really cool poses. Actually, do you know how big a Necron monolith is compared to Stompa's body? I have no idea. If I had a monolith, I would measure it for you. But I do not. Megazord of Luditix. Dude, that would be sick. I've seen the Necron, like the crescent flyer things, like turned onto their side and turned into Dakajets and stuff. Those are really cool. I have not seen a monolith done into something like that, but you would think that the monolith in the Stompa would be really similarly sized. That would be sweet. Tactical rock. It's a big tactical rock. Make that the body and use 2 rhinos for the feet. Yo. Dude, McFadden, have you seen online, there is a crazy mech that built a Voltron from all the orc buggies. It's got like a Ruckatruck Squig buggy for a body, and then like the Boom Deck, a Snazwagon, and the the one with the rivet gun are like the feet, and then it's got the Shock Jump Dragster for one arm, and the Scrapjet for the other arm. That thing is wild. I want one of those so bad. Oh. Yeah, on Reddit. Yeah, that's where I saw it too. It is so cool. God, talk about an expensive model though. Jeez. Oh. All right, let's get some bashing going here. On our Hobby Hangout night. What is everyone else working on? I saw one was working on Beakies. That was Blissful Badger. Badger's working on Beakies. What's everybody else working on? I gotta come up with some boss polls. That's what I'm doing. Haha, Guilty Goblin, welcome to the stream, man. Nice. Yeah, I'm streaming before the night out. Mrs. Big Mek is out delivering grots at the moment, and when she returns, we're gonna go get us some nice squig and fungus beer and have an evening of it. But until then, I get to stream. Walking the dog. Yeah, you gotta take the squigs for a walk. They get mad when you don't. Diablo 2 Resurrected Light. Oh, dude. So I played Diablo on the PS. Was it 3? I had a PS3. I think they were PS3s. Yeah, I played Diablo on that. I really liked that. That was a good game. Taking pictures of the Pain Boy. Took a couple days off, and then the Fallen Aquila terrain. Ooh, nice. That's good terrain, Jehu. Is that the lander from I have it in the closet. I can't even remember it. Oh crap. Are you talking about this one? The IKEA lander? I still have to do that too. I've owned this since the box came out. I've never painted it. Deceiver Satan. Man, this bumpkin, those Satans are really cool. When the Grots first got into 40k, one of them really wanted to do a Necron army, and they built quite a few warriors and a couple other things, and I had a Satan sitting around for them, like new in the box that I'd gotten in a trade, and then they just stopped painting. And I held on to that thing for like a year, really hoping that they'd get back into it because they wanted to paint it, but they just never did. Actual current projects making fantasy black orcs into space marine themed knobs so they can convert their spare arms into power fists for my marines guys. Dude, McFadden, that sounds rad, man. Throw photos of that up on the Discord. When that Euro's 2:30 a.m. here. Dude, Guilty Goblin, man, 2:30 a.m. Hey, I'm glad to be here for you. Bear trap like a monolith floated over it and caught them. Dude, John, that I might have to steal that like a dirty death skull. That is an amazing idea. Bear trap. Oh my god. Oh, that is classic. I love it. See, and that's the kind of modeling I'm here for, man. Like, you're not going to 3D print something like that. That's just too stinking cool. All right, let's see. So what I'm working on is when I originally did my knobs, these are the ones from the Assault on Blackreach set. They didn't come with boss poles in that set. And I never really got around to putting any on them. And now that I'm doing a good glow up, the new monopose knobs, right? Like they are so big and so cool, and they've got ginormous boss poles on them. And these guys started to look a little weedy, so I'm putting iron gobs on everybody and boss poles on everybody. And the power claw ones, they are all done. They are all boss poled. They are all iron gobbed. There's a couple more ready to go. So I just gotta prime them and paint them. But the big choppa ones, I finished all the choppas and stuff, but I haven't finished all the boss balls and everybody. So I am working on getting boss balls going. Do, 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 do. Part of the issue I've got is some of them already had kind of some stuff going on them. Oh, oh, nice. Okay, good. Yeah, I wanted to switch this one up. So he'd have his slugga on his back, but have more of a pole-looking thing. So I will definitely do that. Take it owning it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about how long I've owned my IKEA lander there. That's strictly not something we should discuss. Bars over the door, Necrons all clumped in there like they keep coming through but have nowhere to go. I love it. You do it Rick and Morty style and strap the Necrons all over the outside, like that one episode with all the Mortys screaming on the giant pyramid. That'd be kind of hilarious too. Nice. That's all I got to do to him. Bigs. That's what's needed. Well. Oh, sweet. John, you doing Necromunda? I love the Necromunda minis. I love the game too, honestly, actually. Like, for sure, one of my all-time favorites. So yeah, doing a Necromunda gang and getting a league going and stuff would just be the business. I would love to be able to do that. All right. And this one, he's got, I see. I already glued that there, so we can't. Okay, I gotta think about him some more. See, we're into problems like this. This guy, he already had a banner glued onto him from before, but I really would rather give him something with the pistol on it. Let's strawberry backpack. Yeah, not finding what I'm looking there. Got to feed the gets. All right, Jehu, see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. Got the beast boss done, except for the base reached across the table for something, knocked him off the table. Oh, no, Keith, I'm sorry, man. I always hate that dropping a mini. That's the worst. Okay, so he's done. He's done. All right, he needs one. He needs one. He's got one, but I don't like it. He needs one. They all need one. That's where I'm at. Okay. Just to get a good idea of where I'm sitting. Looks like I need to deal with 7 back banners. Jeez, how did I end up in such a pickle? Necromunda is my favorite game to play, but I love to build and paint works. Oh, dude, yeah. So, John, I played it back in the day. It was probably, I think, what's Necromunda now? It's 3rd edition, so it's probably the 2nd edition of it. And I really enjoyed it. I would love to get it again. Right now, it's like prohibitively expensive. I'm hoping that the new announcement for it that'll make it where I can get a box of it and get going. I had a couple of gangs that I was converting them up for my Imperial Guard, and then I ended up giving up on those and selling them, and I haven't picked a gang. But yeah, what I'd really like to do is actually build a custom orc gang for Necromunda, um, and have like sump orcs or like reverse diganobs where it's a bunch of orcs that think they're filthy yumis or something like that. And yeah, I just haven't quite gotten around to doing it with all the other things. You know how that goes. Tried streaming on Discord. We could talk back. Yes, yeah, so John, I have not streamed on Discord. I streamed on Twitch, and we had kind of some live chat. But I haven't thought about streaming on Discord. Everybody asked me to switch it to YouTube, so that's what I did. Necromunda 95 and N17. Okay, definitely wasn't N17, so it had to be Necromunda 95. I remember the terrain. There was like plastic, like X beams and stuff, but then there was paper for like the floorboards or cardboard. Gorka Morka humans to paint themselves green because of orc culture. Right? Yeah, Guilty Goblin, exactly. That's what I want to do. I think that would make a really awesome, uh, you know, Necromunda gang thing. That's what I want to do. I am not happy with any of these options for this guy. Actually, I suppose that one's not bad. Alright, I'm just going to go for it. I gotta trim this. Sorry, buddy. Ah. Something cut it down a little in there. Oh, come on now. But yeah, so you guys are saying on Discord we could actually like talk? That'd be cool. That's one of the hard things about the live stream is you have to like look at the comments and then I can't actually, look at what I'm working on. But if we could talk. All right, I think that'll work. Yeah, that'll work. All right, 4 down. It's called Blood Axes. Shots fired. Ooh, Gundam Nippers. Yeah, I hope you like those. That's what these are. These are decent mid-range Gundam Nippers. They're not as expensive as like God Hands, but they're about the same price as like the Army Painter ones and stuff. And honestly, these ones are kind of trash compared to these. I tend to use these for like the bigger sprues, like on vehicles and stuff. But anything that is smaller, or any of the infantry stuff, I use these. I love them. I've had them for years. YouTube and Discord live streams each have their place. All right, well, we could try it. You could hop into voice chat in Discord to turn on your cam to stream that way. I used to chat with the guys from JD and the Sump C on Wednesdays. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, the recording the chat is kind of, I don't know. It's so hard, you work so hard on putting content out there and doing things for people, and it really stinks to have it not accessible. And that was one of the things that got me about all of the other channels and things is that they would like paywall it behind a Patreon and things like that, or make it where you couldn't, like, if you weren't there live, you can't access it and this and that, and it's just not my jive. So I try to make it where everybody can see it and access it, and even if you don't catch it live, you can always go back and do it, and you know, sometimes things like this, like they make really good background filler noise when you're just sitting working. So if I'm not live or anything, you know, you can always pull up an old one or one you hadn't seen and use it in the background while you're working on things. Which, assuming somebody at some point in the future is doing that, you're welcome. Thought about getting Necromunda Escher Gangers. Have to use a scout street gang. Half his character's cult. Oh, that'd be sweet. Long Con Death School scheme to loot human culture. Done. Deal, McFatson. If I ever do that, that is the lore, and they will be blue. Dirty, dirty death skulls. Yeah, I'm with you, Keith. I like having the YouTube live stream because it keeps it up on the channel. And then, you know, obviously all the views and stuff count for the channel. And then there's also things like if you guys join the channel instead of the Patreon, you could do like super chats and things like that eventually, like the way Valrak does. And I even had somebody do a pop a donation in yesterday. That was wild. I've never had that before. That was really cool. But my favorite thing about it is just that it keeps it and it automatically uploads it to the channel and keeps it for eternity. All right, it's not quite a boss pole, but it definitely helps get the. Oh, I like that. That looks good. Plop that on the top too. Now he's got a little on his back and a little on his top. Just gotta trim that old connection point. What am I missing? Can get chaotic if the community gets large. Yeah, we're over 200 on our Discord, but we haven't had any issues. Our Discord is hopping. You guys post really awesome stuff all the time, and we don't have any issues. It's been a fantastic Discord. Yeah, really, really happy with it. So I hope that it continues on in much the same fashion. I'll make kind of a flat area for it. What brand is the scalpel? This thing? So the gold one is real Exacto. This one is a knockoff called Doris or something like that. Don't buy this. This is garbage. You just saw the head gets loose all the time. Just get real Exacto brand. They're super cheap. And then you buy the blades by the zillion. And again, just buy real ones. They're like hardly any more expensive than the knockoffs and they last way better. And what I do is I put my new blade in the good handle and I use that for all my sharp blade needs. And then when I need to scrape a mold line or do something that requires a dull blade, the old blade from this goes into this, and this is my dull blade one. So assume you use the silver handled one for scraping mold lines and things, and always a new blade in the gold handle. So that's the answer on that. I also have, I don't know if I've ever talked about this one on the channel before. I have this contraption here. It's a really cheap like Exacto knockoff set of all these wild blades and things. This thing's kind of hot garbage. Oh, it is time to go, fellers. We will log on later.